Hello and welcome back. Long time no see, huh? This is the Generate Combat Task account where we complete the combat achievements one randomly generated task at a time. If you don't remember, because it was like 6 months ago, my current task is doing the Theater of Blood 25 times. It ended up being even longer and harder than I thought, ad-lib penis joke here, but I promise you we did finally get it done, so let's jump in and see how it went. Okay, you know I do a ton of collection log stuff on here. I normally don't even talk about it because I know you don't care. You only care about the combat achievements, but I need to talk about this one. I finally got the fucking big shark. I was so dry on this. Don't look at my password here. Yeah, okay, so almost, look at that. 25,000 sharks, and you know, fair enough, some of those are for drops, but also I do use these when I'm like doing Slayer and stuff too. So I'm gonna say I'm at least 20,000 caught. That's awesome. I'm finally done with this. Very happy. Okay, back to combat achievements. The first few attempts at Tob, I was just doing trios. That's me standing in the cage there because I died, of course. But yeah, we just really didn't have the DPS for Verzik. I would usually sometimes make it to P3, but usually I would die on P2. Just getting the timing down with that was hard for me, but this was our best attempt. We got her down to less than 2% and then wiped. And yeah, kind of figured, okay, this isn't working. So we brought in a fourth, and with him we were finally able to get a clear. Got my first ever kill count for Theater of Blood. Even though I was dead at the end of it, it still counts. A KC is a KC is something I would say a lot over the next couple of months. Tob starts with... Tob starts with the Maiden of Sugadinti. Never really had too many problems with this room. Although I never did the freezing or anything, I was kind of just the guy that would stand there and do the blowpipe the entire time. So yeah, pretty chill. Not really any issues with this one. And with that first completion under our belts, we finally started getting some momentum going forward. Next couple of kills weren't anything special, but on my fifth completion, I finally saw my first purple in a raid. Have never seen one before in all the Toas and everything, but wasn't in my name, but still cool to see somebody get a drop.
Legs! Let's move Justy! Let's go!
All right, that's the only time you're ever going to be excited for Justy.
Is that what you needed? That was the one you're missing, right?
Yes.
Oh,
yeah.
man.
That's what we needed.
So all I'm missing is Rapier, and I don't have any dupes.
That's insane.
Damn.
Congrats, man. 91 prayer, slowly inching our way up there. And if you're wondering where I got all that prayer XP from, 95 Slayer. Yes, I've been kind of casually grinding that in the background. The reason is you need 95 to do Hydra tasks, and there is one Hydra task in this elite tier, so I was like 700,000 XP away from 95, and oh wow, look at that, Bloodfield. I didn't want to, roll that task and then have to just spend like a month doing this in the background, so I wanted to get 95. The Pestilent Bloat is the second room in Theater of Blood, and probably ended up being my favorite, or maybe my second favorite. You die a lot, but that's kind of the fun of it. Everyone's just kind of running around trying to squeeze out as much DPS as you can, and it's super satisfying if you get like the Charlie spec that hits like 100, so yeah, Bloat, always a good time. And... 99 farming. We are keeping up the streak of getting a 99 every episode. It seems like it's like what, the third or fourth one in a row I've done that, and it is very satisfying for me because I am lucky enough that I already have the pet, I already have the bottomless compost bucket, and I have 86 Hespori seeds stacked up. So there's a few more Hespori combat achievements, but that should be more than enough that I'll need to do that, hopefully. So essentially, I am like done with farming on this account, other than having to do like an herb run to get more superstores or something every now and then. I mean, yeah, I'm excited. This will be a good one to get. Nilokiss room is room number 3, probably my least favorite one. Just the whole first half of it is just very tedious and feels like it goes on forever. And then the second half is a little more fun with all like the gear swapping and stuff, but it just, I don't know, not my favorite. I didn't really die that often in this one, but I'm sure I just kind of slowed things down with my suboptimal gear. They just made that change where you can cash in your frog tokens for XP lamps. And see, you all made fun of me for doing every single frog random event I get, but who's laughing now when I have 90 of these lamps I can use on prayer XP? Room number 4, Soda Zag. I was surprised that I died 18 times here. I did not remember dying that much. I think it is, you mess up one prayer switch and then your prayers get disabled and you kind of get kits stacked out like that, so that's probably what happened for most of them. I definitely also messed up the maze a couple times and just like completely wiped my team, so I will apologize again to anybody watching this that I inadvertently killed, but I really did like the maze. That was probably one of my favorite mechanics like in the entire raid. That's really fun to run through and kind of brought me back to my glory days doing Howard Sepulcher. Something is about to happen. I'm about to get 99 fishing on this account, And I know what you're thinking. Wow, what an accomplishment. But no, let me stop you right there. We are not celebrating this. I already complained about how dry I went on the stupid big shark, and now I am, at the time of recording this, over 5.5 times dry on the big harpoon fish. And that's the only reason I have 99 fishing. If I would have got either of those on a rate, I would probably be like 93 fishing. But I kept going dry, and I'm too stubborn to quit, so I just kept doing it. And here we are, 99 fishing. Don't clap, don't celebrate it, and I'll see you at 200 mil. Zarpus is number 5, and apparently the one I was best at, only 6 deaths here. It really is pretty chill, like once you know the mechanics and stuff. I mean, it's 100% damage less if you get the movement right and everything, so yeah, not too much to say about this one. I mean, it was fun, I didn't hate it, but pretty easy. One of the things that surprised me about this task was that we only finished one other combat achievement on our way to doing these 25. It was doing the 2-down one with Bloat. We were just on a stacked team with some Torva Scythers, and we just, were able to blitz through that. So, but yeah, I kind of thought we would get some more passive ones, some like, perfect rooms and everything, but no, not good enough, I guess. So I will have to come back here in the future and clean those up. And I know that this is kind of a weird format for this episode, but I mean, if I had stuff to show you guys, I would be showing you guys. But the truth is, I just didn't get any drops. I only saw the one purple. I mean, it was just doing the raid over and over and over again, trying to survive, So, yeah, sorry I don't have like more little like fun clips for you, but this is what you get. And then there's Verzik, the final boss in Theater of Blood, and obviously the one that I struggled with the most. It is, in my opinion, by far the hardest. There's just, crazy mechanics, ton of stuff going on at all times. But I will say, once I did figure it out, it ended up probably being my favorite boss. The P2 part was the hardest one with the timing of, hit, step back, but once you get that down, it's super satisfying, and like, it feels like everybody's all in sync, and it's really fun to do with the team. And yeah, I mean, I definitely died a lot. I'm not saying that, but I definitely also had plenty of completions where I did complete the entire Verzik fight, So it wasn't just 25 KC of me sitting in the cage all 25 times. I did get some like legitimate full carries, and even the last one I did was completely deathless on all 6 boss rooms. So not a Theater of Blood pro by any means, but definitely good enough to at least hold my own and not hurt my team. And I want to give a massive shout out to said team. Majora, Insomnia, and MacGuffin were the three of my friends that we did most of the runs with. They're all absolute gamers. Couldn't have done it without them. It is a ton of fun. Like I really like doing these 25 KC, over the course of 6 months or whatever. But it's just, it's just so hard. We're all adults, and we have plans to do it on this Saturday, but then I have to go to my wife's funeral or whatever. Something always would come up, and so it's a little frustrating, that you can't just do it solo. But it was a lot of fun playing with these guys. So once again, thank you all. Oh, we're done. I didn't even realize. We did it. Theater of Blood Veteran 25. I was so busy chugging brews, I didn't even realize. Will I finally see a purple? Nope. Still nothing. But hey, that's crazy. That was a very long task. Elite clue, I'll take it. Hey, and look, I lived. See, I didn't get completely carried through all of them. I at least survived one. No, honestly, I probably survived like 5. Like 5 out of the 25, but it's almost like a meme at this point about how long it took me to complete this task. So that's why everybody in the clan is going, yes, we are done. I can't believe it. Turns out when you don't upload any new content for like 6 months, you kind of lose some subscribers on YouTube. So if you want to help me get at least back to where I was before this hiatus, please like and subscribe. Back in the sheet. It has been so long since I've been in here. Yeah, obviously they added some new bosses since the last time I rolled a task. So unfortunately, it means we're gonna have to jump back into the medium tier and clean up some of these ones and a couple in the hard tier as well. They should go pretty quick though. It's like the Huicoatl and the Amaxel so I don't think it'll be too bad. Those are kind of like mid-level bosses. So hopefully we clean these up quick and then we can jump back into the elite tier, which we're at 36% now. Okay, I'll be honest, I really just want to get back into the elite tier and doing like actual account progression and not dilly-dallying down here in the slums in the medium tier. So you guys okay if I just kind of like montage through these ones while we clean up, and then once we're back to the elite tier we can kind of restart like normal? Yeah? You don't care? Okay. Anyone got a good song, Rec?
I want to take you to the planetarium. I want to show you how ugly the sky is. Have you ever faked sick before? 'Cause I'm faking it right now.
Oh wait, there we go. Totally shattered too, without any of her unstable ice shattering. That's a cool thing they added. You know you can do that now? If you click on it, it'll show you what it is. So even less... Oh fuck, I forgot she spawns again. No, get the loot! I need the sapphire. That's like 30 crafting XP.
Have you ever faked sick before? 'Cause I'm faking it right now. Can you feel it? Is it obvious? Am I so obvious?
Alright, is this 20? This has to be 20. There we go, 20. I've been recording since like 16 because I can't count to 20 apparently, but there we go, done with all of the medium and hard tier tasks. So we are finally ready to start rolling elite tasks again. What will the next one be? Let's find out.
Blah 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 blah. Blah 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 blah.